Hey everybody, so it is January 1st, 2020, and my skin is really fucked up today. Can't tell you why, it just happens. And I'm really tired of it, and I want it to end. Anyway, I have a New Year's resolution. Now, before I say what my New Year's resolution is, I'm actually going to explain what a resolution means to me and how I actually have been living my life since the end of 2017. Some of you may have watched me back before 2017, in which case, thank you for sticking around. Love you. If you've been there for me this long, you're a keeper, okay? So, in 2017 was the worst year of my life, all right? It really was. I could go into all sorts of detail, but that would be an hour-long video in and of itself. And I'm not really about to do that. It was the worst year of my life. 2017 was. So, at the end of that year, I had actually gotten hold of psychedelics. In December, actually. I got a hold of LSD and psilocybin mushrooms. And I took these. I recognized that I was so deep in a rut, a rut of negative thinking, that nothing that I had was powerful enough to get me out of it. No tool in my toolbox was potent enough to fix that shit. And I knew that LSD, psilocybin, these chemical substances have a very strong, a very high rate of success in treating depression and in helping people shift up their thinking. I knew that. I had never taken them before. I took psychedelics for the first time in 2017, December 2017. Now, why am I mentioning this now when I could have mentioned this 3 years ago in 2018 or isn't that 4 years now? Yeah, 4 years ago in 2018. I could have mentioned this in 2019. I could have mentioned this in 2020. I could have mentioned this at any point last year. I haven't. Well, mainly because I like to maintain a sort of image. All right. I like keeping things separate. I'm opening up now. I'm putting an end to that. I'm no longer doing a persona type deal on here. I'm just putting my info out there. Well, not my info, but like my real self. Much more real self. And now that's not to say I haven't been real so far. I curate. Everyone curates. Well, most people curate. I'm basically stopping the curation at this point. So I took psychedelics, and on New Year's Eve, actually, I took psychedelics, and on New Year's Eve, I decided. New Year's Eve, 2017. It was like 11:58, and I was like, I'm gonna have a resolution. And I'm going to live by that resolution for the whole year. And that resolution is going to be to make my life a better one. The specific words that I used were go big or die, which to me meant at the start of the year meant make a fuck ton of money or kill myself. But I kind of deliberately worded it so that if I changed my mind at the end of the year or at any point in the year, I could just be like, oh, well, I've succeeded. And that's kind of what happened, but it was honest. It wasn't just I changed my mind. At the start of the year, I didn't have any friends. I was basically, I was completely broken. All right. I was completely broken and I was miserable. At the end of the year, I had not only a large group of friends, but I had many more skills that I did not have at the beginning of the year. I had a lot more knowledge at the end of the year. So, and during that during 2018, someone actually gave me a $3,000 computer. Now I haven't hooked it up yet. I haven't been able to get it online. I mean, I've had it hooked up in the past. I haven't had it online in like 3 years now. So, yeah, that was what I did. I was ready to die if my life did not improve in 2018. And my life improved by a lot in 2018. 2019, I did something very similar. 2019, my New Year's resolution was find love or die. And it was October, and I hadn't really made any progress. And it was October, and I was like, oh shit, I have no idea how to get a woman. I've gotten women before, but usually it's like them coming on to me, you know? It's them coming on to me. It's not me coming on to them. I don't know how to get them by my own effort. They come on to me, and I'm like, okay, cool. So, that happened again in 2019, October. And, well, I succeeded. I found love in 2019. In October, so I was like 3 months early. Now, 2020, my resolution was to find the mathematical proof for my unified field theory. And I succeeded at this. However, 2021, very early on, I found a lot of science that I actually was very obscure, so I hadn't really been privy to it. In fact, other people who have their own theories also do not seem to be privy to that information. So I do have to rework my theory. But I succeeded at the time. Now, 2021, I did not have a resolution at all. I was going to live no matter what. I was going to survive the year no matter what. And I did. I'm alive. I didn't really have a goal. I didn't really do anything. It was a relaxation year. Now this year, I am bringing this back. And there's kind of actually a good reason for it. It's mainly just because that's how I live my life now anyway. 2021 actually showed that to me. When in 2018, my goal was to make a fuck ton of money. So I put my mind to learning everything I could. 2019, I did pretty much the same thing. 2020, again, same thing. 2021, I didn't have a reason to do it, but I put my mind to learning everything I could. So I'm just set in that rut. I'm set to be working at this very intense level. So this year, my resolution, actually, this is a really easy resolution, so I'm not too worried about it. But get my book written and hopefully published. That's my resolution. As I've said before, I'm only planning on making it about 100 pages. Planning on publishing it possibly through Amazon. I'm still looking into who I want publishing it. But yeah, if I fail, I die. If I fail, I have to take a knife to my throat and slit. So yeah, but I mean, this is easy enough to where I'm not worried about that. And before anyone asks, no, I'm not suicidal. No, I'm not depressed. No. I just like making my life interesting. And actually, here's something very interesting about this method, which I do plan on keeping in a book, a future book, not this book that I'm working on now. But when you live your life like this, with a single goal, and you just devote your entire being to accomplishing that goal for a whole year, it's as if the entire universe conforms to your goal, conforms to you. Everything starts falling in line with your plan, with your goal. And it's strange. When I first started getting into the occult, I had stuff like that. Like, I'd be thinking about a topic, and I'd go get on the bus, and and go downtown and run into 30 different people all talking about the same topic that I was just thinking about. So it's almost like divine providence. The same sort of thing happens when you live your life like this, although it happens a lot more, and it happens even if you aren't believing that it's going to happen. Now, well, that's actually pretty much all I wanted to say. Happy New Year's, everybody, and let's get hellbent. Peace.